This is a message to BDA Boxing. Well, not really. It's to the doctor more than to those guys. But anyway, you've had a doctor in there talking about Errol Spence's, about his car accident, about how his neurological, he has neurological damage. But I can never, oh my days, neurological damage. How his eyes was glazing. He's not the same fighter from before, and all this talk. He talked about Errol Spence about lateral movements, which I find very, very interesting. Very interesting, if I must say, because if I'm honest with you, listening to this doctor, why are you up on other shows? You're someone I want to listen to. I want to hear you up on other shows. But I've heard it from this BDA Boxing. It's the first time I've ever heard of BDA, but yeah, they have this doctor on talking about when have we ever seen Terence Crawford do that to an opponent? Do you know what it is? And let me tell you something, yeah, doctor, whatever your name is, yeah. The reason why I was able to do that to Spence is because Spence's willpower and will not to give up, yeah. That's why I was able to batter him like that. Now, you were saying about after round 4, how the doctors went to go and check on him. Okay, so if the doctors went to go check on him, it takes me back to when Wilder got rocked by Ortiz. Yeah? And when Wilder got rocked by Ortiz, remember they gave him that extra time to see, oh yeah, what's going on and all this kind of stuff there? That's how I look on it. Errol Spence, there was nothing really. Yes, there is damage, as in when I say damage, but it's based on his own demise. Now, the alcohol, yeah. Spence should have fought Crawford when they should have. This fight should have happened 5 years ago, 4 years ago. It was Spence and Spence's side that stopped the fight from happening. So you going out there, and especially when you said, I've not seen Crawford do that to, this is when I know, you know what, this guy is talking as a fan. This guy, like, you're talking as a fan now. You're not talking as a, especially when you're talking about anyone, even myself, I could put an act on. Not saying about the BDA Boxing, because I'm not saying that they're part of it. I'm not saying the guy is an actor, but anyone could be a doctor based on what? Based on what? Like what? Dr. Google? Yeah, like mate, anyone could. It's just, you can't go out there, especially to the world, yeah, and make those statements, and especially when you talked about Crawford, about he ain't done this to no other fighter, because most of the other fighters would have got stopped. Most of those fighters, when they get rocked, they get stopped. Yeah, some of them don't even want to continue. Prime example, like when Amir Khan with the low shot, Khan did not want to continue because he knew what was coming. Yeah, that is all it is. But Spence's will is what kept him in there. Do I believe? Like, yeah, once again, I'll say I do believe there is some kind of damage, but not to the way you portray that he can't move lateral. When does he move lateral? When do you ever see Spence moving lateral? Spence always follows his fighters. He's been doing it for time, bro. Like, go and watch even when he fought Kell Brook. Now, to be honest with you, I need to watch the fight again, but I'm pretty sure I did not see no lateral movement there. Spence is a quality fighter. He does the, yeah, what he does right. This whole thing about Spence. Oh, and another thing as well, based on this doctor. So he's got this neurological damage and all that kind of stuff there. So then why is he out in the States? Sorry, not in the States, in Ibiza, living out, partying. Mate, based on what information could you tell me that why he, well, anyway, you know what, there's no point. I'm just going to go back and forth with all this with this nonsense. Just, bro, if you are this doctor you claim to be, then I want to ask you, and I can't remember, who did you pick to win that fight? That's one question I want to ask. Generally speaking, who did you pick to win that fight? Yeah. And can you go on to all other channels and push that? And have you got any access to? Because I know you talk about you've dealt with people that's had dementia and all this kind of stuff there. Last time I thought these situations were confidential, but you know what? If you are who you say you are, you are who you say you are. Maybe it's different over in the US, but listen, there's a lot of this. Just cut the excuses, because we knew all these excuses were coming. So stop it. Just stop it. Spence lost. It could have been 4 years ago. Even when they go up in weight classes, it is the same outcome. Crawford is just that guy. He is like Spence, world level fighter. Crawford, a legitimate all-time great. It's just a shame that he could not really have pushed more based on Spence holding him up for so long. But that's just me. Elijah Friend. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out.